Good morning, everyone. My name is Greg DeBorn, and today we're going to learn how to use the refractive index chart to prove that we've got the oil change to the point where we have less than 5% residual of the original oil in the system. In this example, we have a refrigeration system that originally had alkybenzene oil as the oil in the compressor, and we're doing a refrigerant conversion from R22 to R407C. And R407C, because it's an HFC refrigerant, requires the use of a polyester oil. So what we have to do is we have to remove the alkybenzene oil from the system and replace that alkybenzene oil with polyester oil, and we have to prove that we have, when we're done this oil conversion, we have less than 5% residual alkybenzene oil in the system. So the way we're going to do that is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a sample of the original oil in the system and look at what the refractive index of that oil is. And we took a sample of alkybenzene oil, and we found that the refractive index was around 1.487. So that would be right about here on the chart. And then we took a sample of our brand new polyester oil, and we took a refractometer reading of that oil, and we got a reading of 1.456 right about here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and on my chart, I'm going to draw a line from the 2 points on the chart. I'm going to take this line, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to extend this line right down like so. Now we have our line. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the oil in the system. We're going to do the first oil change. This usually takes about 3 oil changes. So we're going to pump the system down. We're going to change the oil in the compressor. We're going to remove the original alkybenzene oil as much as possible. We're going to remove it, and we're going to replace what we can get out of the compressor with polyester. And then we're going to run the system for 24 hours. Then we're going to come back and we're going to take a sample of the oil that's in that system and see what the refractive index is. And quite typically what will happen is we'll get there and say after the first 24 hour, after the first oil change, we get down, we take an oil sample, and we get a refractive index, let's say 1.475, just for easy numbers. So that's the refractive index. What we'll do is we'll draw a line across here, and from that point, what we'll do is we'll draw a line down from this point. And when we do that, we'll see that, okay, we still have around 58% residual alkybenzene oil in the system. So what we're going to do is, on this day, we're going to pump it down again. We're going to do another oil change. We're going to let the system run for 24 hours. We're going to come back, and on the third day, we're going to take another oil sample. And let's say that now we get down to a refractive reading. Now we've got even more purity of new oil in there. And let's say we get a refractive reading, let's say right down here to 1.460, just for easy numbers. That comes to here. We draw this line down from this point. And you see, we're still not below 5% residual oil. Okay, we still have about 13.5% residual oil, so we're going to do another oil change. Right there, we'll pump it down, remove the oil that was in the compressor, put some more brand new polyester oil in the compressor. We'll let the system run for 24 hours. We come back the next day, and we take another oil sample on the fourth day, and we find that we get down to a refractive reading, if I can grab the line here, of about, right, say we get down to about this point, say 1.458. At that point, we draw it across to here from 1.458, and we draw another line down from that point, and we find that now we're down to below 5% residual alkybenzene oil in the system, and we know that our oil change or oil conversion has been done properly so that the system will work effectively.